Hey guys, Jason here. In this video, I'm going to share two ambient tones with you using Positive Grid's Bias FX plugin. I'm giving you one for clean and one for metal, and I'm specifically highlighting their Ambient Reverb Shimmer effect. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed those killer tones. Again, this is my ambient tones using the Positive Grid's Bias FX plugin. And it gave you the clean tone and we've got a metal tone in there. And the effect I'm highlighting here is the Positive Grid's Ambient Reverb. And there's several options within that Ambient Reverb pedal there. And I'm using the Shimmer effect. So here's the screenshot of what I'm using. And this is what I'm using for both clean and my metal tone that you just heard. So as you can see, the actual level of the reverb is cranked up there quite a bit, and you have to kind of play around with that if you're using this plugin. You can have too much. If you do too much on there, especially with this shimmer effect on the ambient reverb pedal, then you could get some really high pitchy noises there in the track. So you got to be careful with that. But this setting here, or these settings rather, those kind of work for me. And again, you want to play around with those for the clean tones and the metal tones. To simplify it, I just use the exact same settings for both tracks. But you can play around with those, like you might use one setting for the clean and one setting for your metal tone. But I hope you guys enjoyed this tone. And me personally, I love using these ambient effects, these ambient tones in my music. And yes, as you can see, you can fit them in with your metal music as well. And if you're like me, like I listen to and I play and write a lot of melodic style metal music, so this kind of tone, I kind of played the track, I just threw something out there. I wrote this track this morning. Like I just threw it out there. I put in a dummy drum track, I threw in a bass line, and I just fooled around on guitar. Here we go, here's the tune. But like in a real world scenario, if you're like writing a song, you may want to start out your song with that clean part, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't want to do the entire track with that clean ambient tone that I shared with you. you might just want it in the beginning, or like you might have a breakdown, and I do this a lot of times in my own music. That clean ambient tone is great for like a breakdown, like a bridge or something, when the heaviness kind of comes to a halt and fades out, and then you bring this clean ambient tone, you know, into the mix there, and you just have that for a little bit. You might want to have a little lead behind it or whatever, and or you can end with that as well. So there's so many uses for that clean ambient tone that I shared with you. Now the metal ambient tone that you heard in there, you know, I gave you kind of two parts for that. I did some rhythm stuff with it, and I also did some leads. With that ambient metal tone, I like, and I know I didn't do a good demonstration of this because I played all over the place, but I kind of like to hold notes. If you notice that rhythm part I would just hit like one note sometimes, and I would just kind of hold it. And when you do that, it allows that spaciness of the ambient reverb effect that Positive Grids by SFX has. And again, it's the Ambient Reverb Shimmer effect. It's specifically that shimmer effect that you saw in the screenshot. It allows that to give you those tones that kind of carry over and kind of flow. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, don't forget to check out my music. If you go to jasonstallworth.com/music, you can check out my music. I use some of this ambient stuff on my very first album, Apocalyptic Dreams. You'll hear there's a couple tracks in there where I have that style of tone, but definitely check that out. And guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, keep it metal.